Welcome back, everybody. We're out here with the Vermeer again, and we are getting ready to split our wood. You've seen in previous videos where we cut the wood, stacked it, lined it up. The reason I line it up, and I'm going to show you, is because if you don't line them up, number one, you're all over the place trying to find the angle so you can get this splitter located on the logs. And the other thing too is these logs will spin on you if you don't have anything holding them. So there's a couple ways you can do that. I'm going to show you a few techniques. I will introduce you to this. So this is the MS14PD auger, and this is something we use to dig our holes. And then this bit right here is actually, this thing weighs a lot. I'm going to say it's probably at least 50 pounds. But anyways, it's got a hex bit on the inside. And this is a 2-inch hex here. So this is pretty heavy duty. They call this the atom splitter. You can find them online. That's where we got ours. I was a little bit unsure if this was going to work real well or not, but it works out awesome. You don't need a huge pin here. This pin, really all it does is keep it from falling off. That hex actually holds it and allows it to turn, so it's really, really strong. So this is not one of those round bits, even though the outside of this is round. So I'm going to show you how we split a couple of these logs, the way we've got it set up right now where they can't spin. And then I'm going to show you a couple things we learned along the way as we started using the Vermeer to split our wood. Now, when you're splitting these, you don't want to press so hard that your wheels come off the ground. So if I were to just get on this right here, I say your wheels, but your track, I can really push down on this. But once that thing screws in, just let it do its job and screw in, because otherwise you'll start screwing, and then when the wood does split, you'll slam forward, and you don't want to put all that extra pressure and damage on your machine, I guess. So that's one thing we found. Now I'm going to show you another little trick here, the wrong way. So if I just set this machine out here, this log out here in the middle of nowhere, and I turn this auger on, you'll see that I have trouble keeping it still. And I don't like doing that, but I want to demonstrate that this thing will start spinning, and it kind of gets out of control, and it can be very dangerous, okay? So one thing that you can do is you can actually, let me see if I can unscrew this real fast. This is why it's so important to put it between other logs, and why it's way more efficient. super fresh cut and it'll blow right through it. but the fibers of the wood are still holding together really well. But I can split these, it helps it burn better, and they'll still fit in my fireplace or my wood burner. So the other thing that I would tell you is it's very difficult to split from the end because, well, let's back up here. So I have tons of play this way and this way. So if I set this in the wood, I can drive forward or backward to make sure that this stays vertical in or out, okay? So that means that if I tie right into one of these logs, I can just move back and forth and we're all good. If I come in from the side of a log, this thing's moving all over and the log just rolls and this thing will fall off. And I'm a pretty good operator and I struggle with that quite a bit. So I stopped doing it. I don't try to split from the side. This way, there's absolutely no play other than just whatever's in the pins here. So that's the other thing you have going for you. You can really keep it centered and control that log from rolling. But if you grab it from the side, you can't control the log from rolling because this is so loose. So I'll give you an example of it. I'll just grab one of these end logs. We'll take a look at that. All right, so I'm doing my best to get this thing straight and centered, okay? I'm gonna press down a little bit. I'm gonna come at it easy. But it is just, I actually got that one to go down straight, but I'm telling you, those things will roll on you like crazy, okay? Now, okay, so let's say we've got this log right here and it's out in the middle of nowhere. You're not able to actually stack up a bunch of logs and have them pinned in there where you can do this super efficiently. You can still make this work, and what I found is as long as the log is long enough, I try to actually split from the opposite end, which is, I'd say 4 feet. You know, if you have a 4-foot log, you should be in good shape. So what I'll do is I'll actually pull forward, and I'll show you what this looks like. And I drive my nose right into this log, and now that log is kind of trapped between my tracks. Now I don't have a lot of overlap, but I have some. So now I can set my auger down. One thing to give me a little bit more control as I'm setting it down, then I can drive forward that last 6 inches, okay? See that? Pulls it to me. Let's see if we can get it to split now. There you go, and that's another way that you can actually get these logs to split if you're out in the middle of nowhere, just using the machine itself to hold it. So it's kind of counterintuitive that you would split on the very last 4 inches of a log, but it'll still split through. It does an awesome job at that. Like I said, some of these, I think these are maple. It's a mixed bag of what we got here, and if they're not dried out and they're super wet, I mean, you're gonna split them, and then you just have to let them sit, dry out a little bit, and then you can tear them apart. So I'm going to get into the video, and I'm just going to show you how we pretty efficiently can split all this wood. First things first is I always go with full throttle here. I want that pump feeding the hydraulics because we're getting through, we're this is a lot of pressure we're putting on this machine, okay? This is our steering, so this is gonna take us left, right, forward, and back, okay? This knob right here is for like the grapple. It's for things that, well, the grapple, I'm trying to think of other attachments we use that for, but it's for things that you're just using right away. This one here is your high flow. This one's got a little bit bigger line that it feeds, and this is for when you turn this thing on, it's going to keep going. So it might be your bush hog, or your, in this case, it's our auger, okay? But you can still ease into this thing before it locks in place, okay? So you can see right here, if I push forward, it's going to start drilling righty-tighty, okay? And then when I press it, now it's going to stay on. If I were to press this one, it releases as soon as I let go of it. It doesn't lock, okay? So now we're gonna approach this log. I'm coming in, trying to stay as centered as I possibly can. All right, give it throttle. We're gonna press this forward. Ease into it, just to make sure, yep, it's biting real good. Now, oh, you see it start to lift? I pulled off because I do not want this thing swinging down on me. That's because I wasn't pushing down hard enough on this, okay? So I'm going to put some down pressure. Okay? And we're just going to keep monitoring that down pressure. Now I'm going to go ahead and just back it out a little bit here, and it'll just unscrew itself. Okay? Alright, now I'm going to back up just a little bit. I'm going to hit it one more time. See how that log's wanting to roll on me? So once I put down pressure, I can actually turn and straighten that thing up. If I was coming from the side, I could never do that. Okay? Just press down, get the auger going again, and we'll see if we can get a full split through this thing. I'm driving forward just a little bit. I'm trying to keep that auger vertical. Oh, okay, it's starting to spin out. I went too far forward. Now I'm going to come in the middle, just because I want to try to split this thing in half completely. And that's it. So again, the fibers in some of this wood, I'm trying to grab the big ones just to show you what the machine's capable of, but it's not struggling to go through these at all. But again, they're not going to just break in half unless they've been aged a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to continue splitting. Our log boiler will take any logs that are 5 foot wide up to, well, 5 foot long to 2 feet wide. So these are definitely within the 5 foot. I usually try to keep them around 4 to 4'6", so I have some room to fit them in. And then even if I split this in half, it just allows it to dry faster for me. That's all I'm looking for. So, all right, we'll get to split. Hey, if you like the effort that we're putting into this and it's helpful to you, please remember to like and subscribe and hit those notifications.